Hello and welcome to Distributed Systems and Blockchain in the News. My name is Thomas Bocek, and this week in the news we have the following topics. Well, the first one is an article from a German news site. It's ECDSA and it's about crypto hacks. It's the following site here. I also mention quite often about these hacks, about these DeFi hacks, how they happened, why they happened, how much money was lost, and they're also trying to figure out why this happened. It's a very interesting article, worth to read it. And in my lectures or typically in the news, I often show also this site here. I love this site. This site shows all the hacks happened so far in the DeFi world. The last big one happened mid of April. Today we have May, so I expect soon that there will be a new hack, since roughly every month there are two major hacks. Let's see if the trend continues. I believe so. We will see it in the news. In this article, they also mentioned that in the year 2021, roughly 3.2 billion US dollars were stolen just because of these DeFi hacks. That's a lot of money, and they're trying to figure out why. And one of the reasons, which I actually agree, is that things are moving very fast, new projects, new ideas being implemented, and there's a huge competition between those going on, and the one who can have a running system with users first has the early mover advantage, gets many users. So people try to push as fast as possible to the market, and with that things can go wrong, and as we see, things go wrong roughly every month to major hacks. Also, the code, if you look in the DeFi space, is open, so you can go to all these DeFi projects, to Uniswap, SushiSwap. Basically everything's open source. Also the projects I'm involved in with Torchain, everything is open. You can see every line of code, and this makes it also easy if there is a mistake, that this mistake is or can be found. And if you have a centralized exchange, then this doesn't happen. There we have the effect of security by obscurity. So an attacker cannot see what code is running. That's the complete opposite in DeFi. So everybody can see the code that is running. The next article is about NFTs. It's about Nike, who are selling these fancy shoes. Well, they're not shoes that you can wear, they're shoes you can buy as an NFT. You can buy them on OpenSea, and we will go to OpenSea and check how it looks like. So NFTs, I really like NFTs as a technical concept, and in the last fall term we had students in a challenge task where they had to create NFTs, to sell NFTs, to buy NFTs, to transfer NFTs. That was, from a technical point of view, very interesting. I believe also for the students, they learned a lot, me as well, obviously. So from a technical side of view, I really enjoy that. From an economic point of view, I don't fully understand why someone would buy now these sneakers. You can customize them, you can make them pink or yellow, whatever, but you have to buy it for 2 ethers. And if we go and check how much 2 ethers is, coin market cap, it's roughly 2,700, so it's a bit more than 5,000 US dollar, where you can have such an NFT. As I mentioned, from the technical point of view, I really enjoy NFT. From an economical, I don't get it that much. That there was also this first tweet NFT from Jack Dorsey, this guy here. So he created Twitter. He sold his first tweet as an NFT for 2.9 million US dollars to a guy, and the guy now wanted to resell it, and he listed it for 48 million US dollar, and the highest bid was 277 US dollars, so not that high. Looks like a huge loss. So probably this will happen to other NFTs as well. But NFTs are still currently hyped, so there might be the one or the other that would buy these NFTs. Here we see that the volume traded 4,000 ethers. That's quite a lot already, actually. Floor price is something around 2 ethers. Here you see all the same color, but you can customize it. Yeah, let's see how it evolves. So let's leave the blockchain. Let's go to another vulnerability. I was reporting the last time about Spring for Shell, which was not that critical as it seemed to be. However, this time there is a new vulnerability again in Java, and this time it looks a bit more serious. It's this link here. If you have running an application in Java, then you should consider upgrade your application. It's about the elliptic curve digital signature algorithm, which is broken, so you can basically present any kind of signature and it is seen as valid, which is actually bad. They already fixed it. That means if you have such an application running, please upgrade as soon as possible. And the last item, it's about blockchains. It's about Bitcoin. There was a talk, or there was a discussion in the EU about banning Bitcoins. Well, actually, they're just discussing it. And interestingly, there is also PDF that revealed parts of this discussion. The discussion also evolves around proof of stake and proof of work. So the main issue they have is with proof of work, since this consumes a lot of energy, and actually it does. And one of the questions in this document was, should it be a ban on trading in crypto assets that are based on Bitcoin's proof of work? And the answer is censored. So they say it's still an ongoing discussion, so that's why they can't reveal it. But it's an interesting question. And they also mentioned in this document about proof of history, about Solana, which is actually much better, or supposed to be much better. However, proof of history is also a sort of a crypto puzzle. Compared to Bitcoin, it's non-parallelizable. There's still a crypto puzzle involved, but it doesn't use that much energy. There's also a nice link to a short explanation. So here we have proof of work. Everything can be parallelized. That means you can have one miner after the other. And with proof of history, everything needs to be sequential. So the output of the first iteration is the input for the next iteration, and so on. And that means you can only use one core. And there's also or there was a crypto puzzle, and there still is a crypto puzzle, but it's now solved. And it's also one of these non-parallelizable crypto puzzles that you actually need one core to calculate it, and since you know Moore's law, you can actually calculate how much speed up you get every year, and then you can calculate how long it will take until this crypto puzzle is solved. And it was thought that this crypto puzzle from this guy from Ron Rivest, he's the R in RSA. He expected this crypto puzzle to be solved in 35 years, but it was solved after 20 years by this guy. So he was running this crypto puzzle on one of his cores on his machines, and was able to optimize it to a point where he actually solved it much quicker than anticipated from Ron Rivest. But the same principle happening also in Solana. So these crypto puzzles are non-parallelizable. That means you need to run them sequentially. Not as energy intensive as Bitcoin, but still it's a crypto puzzle. Also, something interesting in this document is the discussion. For example, here, this document from the EU, it's meeting with Sweden's financial supervisor and environmental agency, and they are discussing if Ethereum is able to shift, we could legitimately request the same from Bitcoin. That shows that they're not really into those cryptocurrencies and miner versus developers versus users. So there will be for sure huge debates. There are Bitcoin proof of work maximalists, so you would need to convince them, and this won't be easy. But they're discussing it. I hope they will get the right input, and I hope they will come to the right conclusion.